So I'm back in Blackpool and I'm not happy at all because I think it's listening to Thomas McDonald's songs has put me in a really bad mood. Like I don't listen to his songs and agree with them, but he has, I like him. I really like him. And I think you can get sucked to liking him and then realize that actually his sort of energy and his words and his lyrics is just all stuck around negativity, and you start agreeing not with everything but with some of the things, and I think it puts your overall mind and your overall like mindset into a really negative, quite dark place. And yeah, I feel like I'm feeling that because I've been listening to his songs a lot over the last few days. I've definitely been feeling that. And the thing with my sister's kid, Leo, it's really, really bothering me because there's a kid in foster care, and there was talks about him being adopted in going to South Africa to live with the brother's brother, with the father's brother. Why is the father's brother a better option than me? I'm the mother's sister. Why would they give them a test and they wouldn't give me a test? Why do I have to go to court to get a test? And it's really, really bothering me. And if I knew 100% that something was going to happen soon, then it wouldn't bother me. The reason why it didn't bother me a year ago when they said that I couldn't have the child, I felt like the people higher up had set this in place because they knew that I was about to move to America, because they knew that my life was about to change. I thought I was going to be on Big Brother. So I was very, very, very angry, but I managed to control my anger because I knew that my life, or I thought my life was going to change. That it didn't. I didn't get on that show. That show was just fucking teasing me. I really hate those people and I want them all dead. And my anger towards this happening has increased. I think social services cannot make good decisions, because to deny an auntie the rights to have a test, to deny them, and how would Madonna feel if, say, she didn't have two kids and she was trying to adopt, and say she didn't want a partner, and she couldn't, she tried with partners that she didn't really want to have it. She didn't like the partners, but she just wanted a donor, and she couldn't do it. And then her sister had a child. Her sister's mentally ill. Say the father kills himself, and then there's this child that's literally going to be forced into adoption, forced into living in South Africa. And people, a bunch of idiots, mindless idiots, tell you that you have no rights over this child. You can't get a test, that the 1 hour assessment where someone has basically just lied about you and said you're not interested, and said that you're going to put the child's risk, you're going to make the child at risk because you're going to invite strangers into your house, when that's not the truth, because you never have strangers over to your house, except for the job that I was doing. I was only doing it to raise money so that I could stop working for a year, and I haven't worked ever since I've said that they refused to let me have that child. I've not worked. I don't see the point. I've got 60,000 in my bank. I'm not really spending more than a few thousand a year, and my gym is actually only about 700 a year, so or maybe even 500. It's not much money at all. So I can happily live off about £3,000 or £2,000 a year. So I can go a long time with not needing that much money. Okay, if I have a child, it's going to be a little more expensive because nappies and things like that. But I can afford it. I can afford it. I don't need to work. And then just to think that they did this, and they're not responding, they're not talking to me, they've just cut me off. I don't want to see Sophie's third child, because I'm so angry at what happened over her second child. This new child, he has, he's got a father who's alive, and his father's actually married to someone else who's got three kids. So he's got three half brothers from his dad's side, and one half and two half brothers from his mum's side. He's got family. And okay, my mum's my sister's is not very good with babies, or not very looking after kids. She's not good at looking after kids. But my mum's desperate to have a kid, even though she'll probably spend most of the time doing other things. But she's a bit mad too. But this new child has got loads of people, and I think if I saw this child, I'm only going to be angry over the fact that they wouldn't let me have the other one. The other one has no father, couple of aunties and uncles that are busy and aren't living in completely different countries. One's living in South Africa, the others are living in Madeira, but are looking after an elderly mother, and the father, the granddad's died, and that's he has no one. It makes me feel really, really angry how there's a kid that has no one, and yet I feel like really. I feel similar to him because I also have no one. So I just it's angering me. How would Madonna feel if she was in this situation, didn't have any kids, really wanted a child, there's a perfect child for them, and then social bloody idiots, mindless idiots, decide that you don't have the right to have the child or to look after the child, or accuse you of. I don't even know. They didn't even accuse me of anything. The courts literally just went silent for a minute and then said no. And I don't know what. I feel like they were paid. I feel like some people in the top were paid. Now, if people at the top know that what's going on with me, know that I'm Christ, know that I'm about to be exposed in the world, and that I'm going to go and live in America, then that's fine. I don't think it's that much of a big deal, because it's like I'm going to be living in another country. My sister does have rights to see the child, and if I'm living in America, she won't be able to see the child. But just to know that you're going to send the child to South Africa? Well, she won't be able to see the child there. The child will be better off with me. And then it's just, I hate humans. This whole thing has made me, it's turned me into a psychopath, because I'm reminded of Ian and that bitch woman that just came into my house and then wrote a bunch of lies. And then even this meeting that I had to try and get her, asked her why she just lied on a form, and she admitted throughout this 1 hour interview that she was lying about everything, and she was just making things up. I said, why do you think I don't want the child? Well, I didn't say that. Well, okay, maybe you do want the child. Like literally, she admitted that she was lying, that everything she wrote on the report was wrong, and yet the person that was, so the manager that was looking over this interview did nothing to change it, so it's got stayed. It's a money scam. I think that the whole thing is a money scam. It's making me worried about how many other kids there are that have people that could easily look after them, aunties, uncles, I don't know, wives of one of the parents or something. How many kids could actually be living with family right now, but social services are being like, oh no, they're a danger, we need lots of money, and they're taking advantage of mentally ill people who are having kids and are using their babies as a way of just making money. But they don't realize that I'm always going to see this child, this Leo child, as the child that these mindless idiots thought that I couldn't look after, or refused to let me have, or refused. I don't want to have anything to do with my sister after that. People who can't look after their own kids should not be human. I get rid of them. They shouldn't be human. They're animals. They should be back in the animal pool. And so I don't want to have anything to do with my sister. I don't want to have anything to do with this kid as well, because I don't even like the new partner that she got. Maybe it's not like I don't like him. He's just an average person, and he goes to church because he wants to show his respects to God. But it's just like, that's not me, and you're showing your respects to the establishment and to just people who want to brainwash you into believing that that they know who God is. And he just said, well, I don't believe that. So he has no interest in me, my religion, or anything. And just to think that people like him get to have 4 kids and people like me get nothing because I don't want a fucking father, because guys here are so wrong. They're all, I think there's something wrong with their DNA or something. So I'm just in a really, really bad mood, and I'm going to be in this bad mood for a long time, because it's been months and nothing's changed. If something is going to happen next week, if it's Passover week next week, that's when the Israelites are supposed to come out of Egypt, which is kind of code for come out of slavery. And so I think there's a chance that the people who know about me, the people who know what I've been doing and have just been doing things about me behind my back, they might come. But this has been 11 years. This has gone on for 11 years. We've gone through 11 Passovers and you've always rejected me. So why would this year be different? Why would next year be different? Why would I think you're waiting until I die first before doing anything? You doing this, I don't know why you thought this was a good idea to not let me have a child that I wanted to have, that's actually in foster care, and actually you're trying to adopt to a family in South Africa, even though South Africa is an incredibly dangerous place for white people. I don't know why you think that's the better option. But you not letting me have the child is pissing me off, and it's making me hate humans. If you lose your children, I don't care, because you didn't care about me. If you bomb a house and a bunch of children die, the mothers feel sad that their children are dead. You can't do anything. But with me, it's worse. It's like a child that should be mine because the dad's dead and my sister's incapable, and this child should be mine. It should be with me. And what? Every day it's with foster parents. Why? So that people can make money out of this situation. It's not nice, and it's worse than death, because if death happens and it can be like, well, okay, it's a bad thing, it's gone, I have to move on with my life and try and forget about it. But this is every day, today, tomorrow, the day after, every day that this happens, they can change it, and they're refusing to. So this actually shows the state of mind that these people are in. These people are mad. Their courts are mad. The whole system is mad and just about making money and not giving a shit. I mean, these people, they can just have 6 or 7 babies and they don't really care. So what if there's someone that wants a child and doesn't have a child and doesn't want a partner, and then finds the perfect person? And so what if she wants it? We don't care. We've got our children. I just want to shoot all their children so that they suffer and know how it feels like I'm so pissed off with this. I'm so angry about this, and it's more angry. It's making me more angry because as the months go on, nothing is happening in my life, and therefore I'm looking back to know about this decision was made last year, and therefore I can't say, oh, the elites got involved to because they knew that my life was going to change and my life was going to be better. But nothing has happened. It's a year later. Nothing has happened. I didn't get onto Big Brother. They just fucking fucked with trying to fuck with my head because I fucking want them all dead, because I really don't give a shit about them. They didn't give a shit about me, so I want them dead. And I'm in a bad mood, and I'm going to be in this bad mood because it's going to get worse. If the plan is to not come to me, not help me, not do anything, if the plan is just to ignore me for another 2 or 3 years, I am always going to remember this kid that you prevented me from having. And if this is my only opportunity, because if the plan is just to wait until I die before helping me, then I'm always going to be childless because of this system and these horrible people that just wanted to make money out of it. I have that little blue fish, the one that has like an angel looking fish. I don't know what it's called, but I bought it because it makes me feel angry over all the boxes that you have where you just stick them in tiny little pots, and then there's no flowing water. There's no, I've seen the ones in England where you have a flowing water going. They have a big chamber thing of lots of little water, I don't know what it's called, water boxes, and then you have the water going in and out. That looks kind of okay. I mean, they do look bored and stuff, but in America it's worse. You just have them in literal pots, and looking at that makes me feel angry, and I'm going to feel the same way about this child. Every time I look at this child, every time I have anything to do with it, I'm going to know that this a portion of that child's life was taken from me. This child could have been brought up as mine. I could have built up some sort of bond with it, and I'm not going to be able to do that now because they've destroyed everything. And this means nothing to them because they probably got a bunch of babies themselves. So having kids to them means nothing. Oh yeah, we'll just have another one. They're stupid. These social workers, they don't give a shit about people that don't have kids and want to have kids. They're saying, oh well, you haven't got an experience, so you can't have any fucking kids. Well, you've got tons of experience, and you're obviously very shit because you can't tell the difference between who wants a kid and who doesn't want a kid. I'm really